Good deal.
All right, perfect, man. Now, so just first off, I just want to start about this. Tell me about who is Alvin Hines? What got you into MMA, and what's making you want to pursue this whole career?
Yeah. So I wrestled a little bit in high school. I wasn't good. I It was more of a hobby. I didn't have the grit that I have now. I didn't have I'm going out there. I'm going out there to show the work that I put in. I'm going out there for the win. I just was doing it as more of a hobby, more because my friends were doing it. I tried a MMA fight after high school, and I really liked it. But then I had a long, tendency or a long track of mistakes that I made throughout my life where I didn't really pursue it at all then. About 5 years ago, I had gotten over a drug addiction, got over making a lot of other mistakes in my life, and I tried jujitsu for the first time. All of a sudden, when you can add, strangling and breaks and stuff to wrestling, then I was a lot better at it. Crazy. Started punching people, and it just filled a void in my life that I had been missing. I felt like, man, I'm meant for this, and I went all in on it. I I worked just to train. There was times where I was skipping my light bill just to pay for striking classes, and man, but it worked, and I'm meant to fight.
You could tell, man, that you practically have you have like about 100% finish rate, right?
Let's go.
Yeah, man. I another thing to go off on that for your first fight in the UFC, it was on short notice, I believe.
Yeah,
Now, a lot of people after the fight were continuously praising your performance versus Denise. As you know, not a lot of people do that well on short notice, and you put up a great fight, and looked like that if you had a full training camp, you would have probably won that fight. Really.
man.
And what are your just thoughts on like the reaction from fans just praising you online? You see a bunch of those posts on. I don't know if you've seen the Tony has died. He was posting a bunch of stuff of Alvin Hines, just practically promoting your career.
That's good. Yeah, I was the underdog by a lot, like you said. Everyone on the internet said, "Man, this chunk's going in there to get knocked out in the first round." And but that's how the internet is. They always got something to say. They always got something to hate on. And I didn't let that bother me. I didn't let that get in my head. I got to put toothless outside. But
Yeah, yes. I don't know where I put my laptop charger, but yes, I everyone was, dogging me. They thought I was going to be the underdog by a long shot. I knew that I had been training hard. I knew that I was in shape, and I knew that when I go in there, I'm fighting with a whole different attitude than a lot of guys. I'm dumping everything I have, and you're gonna have to kill me to get me out of there. I went through too much to get there. And I'm going in there and I'm gonna fight like it's my last fight every single time. And that's why I have exciting fights. That's why people like to watch me because I ain't even if I'm outmatched, if he's 10 times better than me, it doesn't matter. I'm coming in there and he's gonna know he fought somebody.
And as for your next fight that you have on July 18, what are you thinking going into that fight? How do you think the fight's going to be different from your last performance?
Because I'm even hungrier. Man, I have a statement to make. I have a whole different mindset on my confidence, my goals, the way I've been training, the way I approach training each session, and I have a statement to make. So July 18th is going to be it's going to be the proof of that statement. It's going to be the proof of everything that I've been saying.
Now, people have been talking about how heavyweight is kind of it's a division where one big win could lead to a very drastic change in the division, which meaning you could enter the top 15 after just one big performance. Would you be would you think that with a big performance here you would be inclined to have maybe a top 15 shot after this fight maybe?
I want to fight Petrino after this fight because he
Petrino.
fought. Yeah, he fought Tommy Peterson, my teammate. He fought Steven Asplin, and I got to put a stop to that guy.
Ah man, it would be a really interesting fight. the guy came up from light heavyweight and he's doing well in the division. You practically crack practically everyone that you see. It'd be a really good fight and be a really fun fight to see, honestly. I'd love to see that fight.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Now, going off of that, Alan Fry.
Yep.
Have you watched his fights before? Like you were announced to fight him. Obviously, I know you do tape, of course, but have well, what do you feel about his fight style and everything? And what do you feel you can exploit there?
He doesn't have a bunch of tape on him, but I'm telling you, I really wouldn't have needed it on anybody. Yes, of course it helps. Yes, it's come up with a great game plan, but I'm coming in there to make a statement. I'm coming in there to win. It wouldn't really matter who it was, but yeah, I watched some of his tape. I'm gonna outstrike him. I'll out wrestle him. I'm bigger, stronger, faster. It's just gonna be a long night for him. But I feel like he doesn't commit on his punches as much, and I don't know, almost like he doesn't like to get hit, but he'll walk right into it. So it's kind of a give and take. But I'm gonna pour it on him.
Now, how many fights do you think you're going to be looking to have by the end of this year, possibly?
I will do one after another.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get as soon as I get done with this one. By the time I hit the locker room, I want another contract.
That's what you want to hear from a fighter. Because, like, how do you feel about like a lot of fighters? They'll fight once a year nowadays, and just like they'll be fine with that. You know what I mean? Even like people that are starting off with a contract, they'll just fight once, wait that long. How do you feel about that, really?
I, fighting isn't meant to. It ain't meant to be your whole life. Fighting is a passion that we have. Fighting is an obsession. Fighting is a dream come true. But it's not meant to be our whole life. Man, when you're in your prime, when you're in shape, I feel get it out, get it going. Give the fans what they want. Don't give yourself time, your body to wear out at practice. Don't give it time to get injured. Fight. People want to see you fight. The organization wants to see you fight. Get out there and fight.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Now, I'm just looking at like the questions I have lined up right now. Uh, Now, I did see that obviously you were questioned for PD use after your fight.
Yep.
How has been the suspension really? Like, and what are your thoughts on obviously like the whole thing unfolding really?
Oh, I was just honest with them. So I was told that I was too old for the contender series, which is a rule now. It's 31 or 32 you got to be. And I was too old and I started doing testosterone again. And I was honest with them. I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry." And this is what I did and I just manned up to it. That being said, during the suspension, I worked a lot on myself. It was a lot of mental stuff. It was a lot of almost like, man, how do I keep my mind going on my dream when I know I am not fighting for a year? Well, I improved myself for after my fighting career. I started planning for after fighting. I started planning so that all the hard work that I put into getting to fighting pays off for the rest of the year so that I can look on my life and be like, man, this is something to be proud of because this came from all the hard work that I put in to become a professional athlete. And a lot of guys don't do that. So I'm going to actually help fighters. I have a class for fighters by a fighter actively fighting that I made well in the system from mistakes that I made personally, from pressure that I had personally into a system for that. So that guys, if they get suspended, if they get hurt, if their career ends tomorrow, they have a plan. They know what they're going to do with their life. And that's what I was working on when I was suspended. Not along with my training, I trained for, fighting, obviously, and I trained for after fighting as well.
That's a really smart approach, man. And As for your career in the UFC, within the next 3 years, where do you exactly see yourself in your division? And do you see yourself possibly fighting for a championship within that year span?
Yeah, I do.
And
Like you said, the heavyweight pool it's shallow, and with big wins, you can climb to the top. And man, if your conditioning is good and you have a chin, you can pour it on these guys. Who was it? I'm so
uh,
bad with names,
Talson
but Ty
Texera
Barca.
versus Taito Ivasa,
Yeah,
that was it was an embarrassment. Like that's not my opinion. That's every fan's opinion. A lot like it was not pretty to watch, really. Uh I don't know. It showed a lot of like I don't know. It showed where the heavyweight division is right now, and it showed like how easy it can be for a contender to get in there and possibly win a title at a point.
it wasn't no Alvin Hines and Jonata Deniz. I know that.
At all. That was not the back and forth you ideally want to see as a fan. You know, your fight it was back and forth. You just constantly saw you guys trying to maul each other. The other one, it was back and forth, getting into the clinch, go down, and not even throw a strike. It looked like they were whiffing on everything. It just was not fun to watch.
And people can say what they want uh about my striking and stuff, and I don't disagree with them. One thing I am though is coachable, and I am getting better all the time, and I'm so willing to learn. But I will not lay down like that. I will not ever. I fight how I want to watch is
Exactly.
what I'm getting at. I will never do that to you guys. I'll never do that to the fans, man. I throw banger fights. I throw exciting fights, and I'm out there to fight exactly like like I would like to watch, and people love it. People
Yeah,
love it, baby.
and like you said, you're coachable, and coachable has probably been the best thing a fighter can be. A lot of people, when they talk about John Jones, of course, and how successful he was in his career, his coach even said, it's obviously he's a freak athlete. His families are athletes, but it wasn't the fact that he was very good at like anything in specific. It was the fact that he knew how to listen to his corner and he knew how to listen to his coaches. And if you're that coachable, then I don't see a problem anywhere. Then your career is just gonna go very well. That's all it is, really.
I agree.
Yeah, you know,
I
it's
agree.
I don't know. It's something I find people overlook a bit. You know, people think you need the most nastiest strength. Now, I'm not saying you don't have strength because clearly you do. When I watched some of your tape, I was like, okay, my bad. You know, like I don't want to ever get in a scrap with that guy. You know, I'd be scared. But yeah, no, like clearly that's just such an amazing factor, and I'm glad you have that. And yeah, as for your career, I'm wishing you the best, man.
I appreciate it very much.
Yeah,
And
man.
July 18th, you tune in, baby. It's gonna be a banger. We're gonna
Oh,
get fight of the night.
oh
We're
yeah,
getting fight of the night.
man, I already know that. I already know
Let's
that.
go, baby.
Yes,
Let's
sir,
go.
man. Yes, sir, man. I can't wait to watch you, man. And yeah, that's all I have for you, man. I hope you get that win. Sorry, no, not I hope. I know you'll get that win, man. And we'll talk soon, man.
Yeah, yeah. I got merchandise on million. I'll send you the link to tag to the video. I got my fighters class. It's something that a lot of us need. It's a huge help, you guys. I mean, you got to plan for your future. You got to know who you are outside of fighting so that you're not lost.
Yeah, of course.
I'll send you so you can take the links for them, both of them in the video.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll
Appreciate
put
you,
it in the
brother.
description for sure, man.
Let's go.
Sure, man. Thank you for being on, man. And I'm wishing you the best, all right? Thank you, man.
My man.